Very good afternoon to each and every one of you here. Hi. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Lorraine. You usually won't see me at this time because I serve in the bilingual service in the morning. But today is a special one because I will still be the moderator for this session. So hope you guys could have fun with me today. So before I continue, of course, I would like to first introduce what are we going to do today. If you can see on the banner, today is BFF Sunday. So first question, any one of you here who do not know what BFF means? Okay, for the sake of those who do not know, it is the short form for the word best friends forever. So why is it BFF? Because, well, teenagers these days find typing long words hard, so they want to make it short, BFF. So why BFF? Now, for those of you who know, 2 days ago it was Valentine's Day. Hope you enjoyed that. And whether you're single or not, it's all right, because today we're going to talk about friends. But why friends? Because no matter what sort of relationship you're in, may it be couple, even marriage, it all starts with friendship. True, strong friendship that lasts. And so today, as someone who is below 25, won't tell you my age, I would like to invite three ladies on stage where they will share about their decades worth of friendship. And I want to find out what makes it last. Because I want to learn and I want to have that sort of friend myself in the future. So if everyone, you can join me, please welcome, give a big round of applause. First one for Miss Marianne. So we have Miss Marianne. She is currently an accountant of Shell. And that's her husband right there, if you do not know, Mr. Ravi. Thank you very much. Next, we will have two of her friends on stage. First one is Miss Kogi Lavani. Would you please make your way on stage? Big round of applause, everybody. Miss Kogi owns her own business, her own logistics business, for those of you who do not know. And finally, we have Miss Vasanti. Please make your way on stage. She is currently a finance manager in a transportation company. So, everyone, right now, we not only have three very good friends, girlfriends together, but very high-achieving professionals as well. So I hope that all of you could sit back, relax, and let us venture down what actually makes their friendship last. All right, ladies, you could take up your microphone. I know you're a little bit... Oh, is it on? So I know you might be a little bit nervous, jittery, it's fine. I will try my best not to make you nervous. Try my best. Let's start with the most simple question. How long have you guys been friends and why? So just each of you just tell very briefly, how did you guys meet? Where did you guys meet? And how did you come from there till now?
Who want to start? First of all, thank you very much for having us here. We are very honored we were called to share about our friendship. Is it very loud? I'm a bit nervous. I'm a bit nervous about the angle because I wore black to cover the version. I'm asked to sit right in front. Okay, first of all, we know each other more than 33 years. We know each other since Standard 1.
Wow.
Yeah. So I and she was friends in Standard 1. I and she was enemies. Because she was the opponent netball team and I was the other session netball team. So I was the goal shoot and she was the GK, right? I was the GS and she was the GK. So we were enemies at first. And then that love-hate relationship became a love relationship. So yeah.
Love-hate relationship, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, please carry away.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. That's how we met actually. Really hated her so much then. I must say that now I love her so much.
So could you tell me why a love-hate relationship would become a love relationship?
Um, Probably we hated so much. Uh, Somehow, at one stage, hate can turn towards love, right?
Oh, that is actually something new that I'm learning today. Okay.
Because
All
you
right.
keep thinking about that person, even though hate is a feelings, right?
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah. So eventually, it turned out to be love.
No, that is a very good ending. If you want to think about someone all the time, better be for love, not for hate. It's a waste of your time, to be honest. Okay, so what about you, Miss Kogi?
Thank you for inviting me today to share my experiences. I met Marianne when I was 7 in Standard 1. So since then till I think it's almost 33 years already, we are still together. And I met Vasanthi when we were 13. Actually, still Standard 1, but we were in different sessions. I was in the afternoon, she was in the morning. We used to
They
see
were
each other.
together actually. They were
Yeah.
in TBA 1 and I'm in TBA 1 and they are
TBA
in TBA 2.
2.
So practically we will meet each other, but not as friends. It's like rival.
Yeah, and we used to insult each other when we were in primary schools. And when we entered the secondary school, it was like totally different. It was totally the opposite. We don't know how we matched each other. We have so much of love. Yeah, so much of love for each other.
Wow, that is a great story which I want to really explore further.
Can I just add on?
Sure, please.
I think the other thing we also had in common, right, which is why we clicked, is we were all like, sama kepala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it working?
Yeah.
We all put education first, and so we could click really well. Because even though we were very different in terms of personality, we were very different people, but our priorities were the same. Our priorities was education.
Yes.
Like we will always put education first, and we understood, right, that people can rob anything from you. They can rob your wealth, your money, whatever. They cannot take away your education. So we really had that in our hearts, and we would help each other out in terms of teaching each other. When she's very good in accounts, so she would teach me accounts. I'm good in maths, I would teach her maths. So she's good in ed maths. She's like the Sifu in ed maths. So we go to her. So we kind of clicked because our priorities were the same, and we always had a passion to take care of our parents. So we were all like at the same wavelength, our minds. Yeah.
I would say same core values. Same core values of education being first, family being first. All right. Thank you very much for that. Okay. Next question. You have been friends for 33 years, you said. That's 3 decades, everybody. I'm not even that old. And there are sometimes even marriage that doesn't last that long, even. So, next question. What do you think is the key factor that kept your friendship over the years? So aside from having the same core values, do you think there are other factors that actually, allow you to continue with your friendship for 3 decades?
I would like to share this. What kept us together was emotions, all types of emotions: sadness, happiness, hurting each other, giving energy to each other, giving a positive vibration, no matter when you're down or when you're happy. Sharing even a very single or a very small moment of happiness. It's like we share each other, even though it's how to say it during
I think like we never bottle up.
yeah.
We have that habit, right? We have something inside which is burdening us. We just meet up each other and we talk. And we are women, we always talk.
Yeah, being too transparent.
Okay, what about you, Ms. Vasan?
I would say it's like understanding and adapting to the changes. Like you see, we have gone through so many stages, right from students to working environment, then eventually marriage. So each time when the stages happens, right, there are some kind of gap in between, but we never really took that as a factor of not continuing our friendship. Like for instance, like one of our friend, she didn't come today actually. She's supposed to be, her name is Sokama. She got married and she moved to a different state. And literally she was the first to marry in our group, and she moved to Seremban. And we didn't really took that as a stopper for us. And like every year we will go and visit her, spend time with her. In fact, we even celebrated her anniversary. We became friends with the husband. We make things work out. We didn't just want to stop there. We just didn't want to be like that ordinary friendship thing. We just want to keep it continue till the end. We didn't want to change. We are still, I just feel that we are still finished Form 5 actually.
Yeah. We never grow up actually.
Feeling
Seriously,
young
we never
and
grow
fresh.
We're still young.
We're still kiddie countdowns.
Yeah.
Forever 21, guys. Forever 21. Keep it young. So what I can hear from you is definitely effort.
Exactly.
Making that effort. Just not wanting to change.
Yeah.
And I think that is something that even I find it hard, especially in my generation, because it's just so easy to just say, we have social media. We could just talk. It doesn't have to be in person.
We do have social media,
Yeah,
but beyond that,
exactly.
we want to do the real-time meeting.
Exactly. And I think that is what makes some of my friends better than my other friends.
I just want to add in
Sure.
something. So keeping our friendship forever means there must be someone at the back, We got to thank, it's actually our husbands.
Exactly.
Without their support, I don't think so. I think we should also thank
They are just
Marin's
awesome.
husband,
Ravi.
Mr. Ravi. Because without our husband's encouragement, you have to get, permission is another word, but the understanding is the best word. They really understand our friendship. They really appreciate our friendship. That's the most important.
It's like they never stop us
Yeah,
when
they
we
never-
want to meet.
they
They
never
understand that we have friends and we have to go out with them.
So I think finding the right life partner that understands your needs are also extremely important. One of the key factors of maintaining friendship as well. Thank you very much for that. Okay, this next one is interesting. So you talk about a lot of challenges, different phases that you went through. Could you tell me one example from each of you? The challenges that you go through, may it be challenges that you go through together, you fight through together, or challenges that almost break you guys up as friends. And how did you actually manage to go through that? One from each of you.
Okay, maybe I'll start. Something came to mind. I would say saying sorry. It is very important in a friendship because sometimes we are not perfect, and sometimes we really screw up and mess up, and we may say things at the wrong time, at the wrong place. And it's definitely not intentional. Nobody actually gets up early in the morning thinking that today I want to hurt my best friend. Must be mental. So, it's definitely unintentional. So, if there was an actual scenario where, I actually spoke something and hurt her, and the relationship kind of changed. You will definitely sense it, relationship, when it changes. So, but I at that time, I don't know what I've done to, change that relationship. So I definitely, I tell my prayers, I speak to my Heavenly Father. I said, show me where my heart has been, show me where my mouth has been, because again, we are women, all over got mouth. Don't know what we are speaking.
Oh my God, the audience are agreeing with this.
So, I don't know what I spoke. So, definitely God showed me that my heart was in the right place, but my mouth was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And yes, when I got that revelation, right, I actually picked up the phone and I texted her. I said, Day, I'm very sorry if I hurt you, and I had your best interest at heart, and I didn't mean to hurt you. So I texted her. And yeah, so when you text your friend and she reads it and she doesn't reply, you have to give time. It's not your husband. You see, two tick must answer.
Life lessons, everybody.
You know, I mean, marriage can be different, you know, there's protocols. If your wife send a message, you must send back. Friendship is different. So it doesn't mean you have the revelation that day to say sorry and you realize you did something wrong. They have the revelation to accept your apology. You have to give time. So I saw that she read it, she ignored it, it hurt. You know, but I just left it. I said, okay, fine. You digest the whatever I said, and then I just let it be. I went to sleep.
It was
Sleeping is
very
the best.
long note, you know. Gosh, I literally took time to read the entire notes.
Okay, so I went to sleep. The next day, she replied. She said, "Day, I know you spoke because you love me, and I'm totally fine with it." And you know, the relationship just went back to normal.
Wow,
Yeah.
it took less than 24 hours, I think.
Sometimes it may take longer,
Yeah.
but I was in a pretty good mood that day.
So praise the Lord for that, the right timing, the right mood,
Yeah.
and everything goes well.
So I think my message is, if you have the ego not to say sorry, you're not going to have people that you love with you in the future. You're only going to have your ego. Yeah. So.
Wow, thank you very much. That was a very interesting story. Okay, two from you guys. Two separate stories. We want to hear all about it, all the juicy bits.
From the same question, is it?
Yeah.
Your challenges. Yes.
You. Challenges, I would say, I value this friendship. When I lost my mom when I was 7, I didn't have anyone to share my emotions. So my friends were there till to this moment. They have guided me never to take a wrong path in life. So I'm standing here today is because of them.
Wow.
So that's the biggest challenge in my life. You're losing a mom and you don't have a guide in your life. So they have been here till this moment. So I really appreciate that. I have to share this to everyone. It's never easy. And to keep a friendship alive for this long. 33 years is not easy. So there's ups and downs. I really value their friendship.
Wow.
Thank you. I have to say thank you.
Try not to cry, because I think I'm going to cry. Okay. So I think you met them at the right time. You said that you lost your mom at 7. And you knew them at 7. That's primary school 1. So that was just, I feel that it's just,
like a God-given gift.
Yeah.
Yes.
You might have lost a mom, but you gained 2 friends.
No,
Three.
actually 3.
3 of
3
them.
friends. Oh, right. The one in Saraban. Right. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Well, thank you. All right. Last.
Okay, the challenges, I don't know whether that's challenges or what, but probably it's a challenges for my life. I have went through a downstream in my life where I actually literally lost quite some of money, and I was like about to give up. Mm-hmm. And that time, she was the one. She said, "Hey, why don't you come over to church? Okay, I will pray for you, and you'll feel good." And then I felt like, okay, she was always there, and she'll keep on calling, and she'll be like, they all never let me down. See, at that time, I just felt that, I don't want anyone. I just want to go hibernate myself, and I literally don't answer their calls, and I just wanted to be alone. See, because I want to figure out what I want to do next. But these people, these angels here, they, many times, out of that emotion, entanglement and all, right, I have really hurt them a lot. And, but they didn't give up. They was coming after me, and they was really looking after me. And they really brought me out of that depression. There was like a time when I was in my office and I was like really broke down and I don't know what to do. At that time, she called me, Miss Kogilavani. She really called me and she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing, but I'm here in the office. I can't work." No, she just told me one word. "You just be there. I'm going to come over there and I'm going to take you out." I was like, I just didn't know. She literally walked into my office. And she knows my boss because she's my client too. So, you know, with that power, client power, she just said, "Sir, yeah, I'm going to take out yours. I'm going to bring her out. So with your permission, can we go out?" So my boss got nothing to say, client. So she literally took me out and I don't know, it was like a magic. She took me out for a massage, leg massage and like a facial and shopping, you know. She just took me out of that depression feeling and she was there. And the other friend, without failing, she'll be putting me in her prayers. And the unconditional love, actually, you know, despite me having my personal challenge in life, they were there to lift me up. So I would say they're my angels. Angels for life.
Ooh. I don't know about you guys. I'm really trying hard not to cry here. Like, I swear, I really am. Wow. This take time to digest because because depression is something that is unseen. It is a feeling that nobody could share. Exactly. And nobody could just walk out by themselves. But the fact that your friends physically took you away from that place, I think it had a direct impact into your soul as well, and that you just sort of woke up and you just figured out that there are people who still love you.
They can actually choose to continue with your life, not bothered about me, but why would they do that for me so much, even though that's nothing for them, but it's a big thing for me. I'm here now, sitting, smiling, talking to y'all. It's because of them.
Wow. Please, round of applause, everybody.
That was not in the script.
Spontaneously.
Okay, all right, so we went through a lot of challenges, went through a lot of sadness, like literally crying. But never mind, let's go to something happier. Why don't each of you share your happiest or funniest moment that you shared with one another? And I want to hear each from you. One from each of you.
Starting from you.
We are going to juicy bits. That's why they're pushing the mic to each other.
This is how we were in school, you know, when teacher asks a question, then Marian say, "Don't know," she'll say, "Kogi also don't know. Vasanthi also don't know." So everybody stand up in the class.
Us to stand up.
That's what she do.
It's called being together through thick and thin.
Really? Okay.
We got many happy moments. One thing that I really love, right, we used to do in our college days was we just used to meet up each other and walk from Port Klang to Klang to have a meal.
Walk.
Yeah, walk.
We
That's
walk
why
a
we
lot.
could fit jeans size 26 all. Now cannot. So we used to just literally meet up each other and walk from Port Klang to Klang just to have a meal and then walk back. It's like 10 km.
What about that from Pasar Seni we walked all the way to KLCC and KL Tower?
Yeah,
You
we
forgot
just
that
love
part.
to walk, you know. We meet up each other and we walk and walk and walk and walk. So those are like happy moments, you know. Then as you're walking, you talk and talk. And then whatever which is inside, right, we don't bottle up. So everything comes out. So inside it's really empty, you know. There's nothing we keep inside. So, and today it's a bit depressing, like everything we do inside the house and in everything we bottle up and, you know, like suicide cases and whatever, negative energy, right? So, where else back then, we just meet up each other, we go out, we walk, we talk, you know, we laugh.
We don't even have a handphone then, you know. Seriously.
Yeah.
So how did you communicate with each other if you didn't have hands?
Meet up and walk.
Letters. Or our house phone.
House phones. I remember the days when I did not have my own mobile phone. House phones, my friends as well. And then you have parents picking up the phone saying, "Who are you
Exactly.
looking for?" Yeah, I remember. Okay, what about you, Miss Kogi?
Funny moments. Happy moments.
Happy moments.
Okay, I would like to share this. During schooling days, we were really bookworms. Book, studies, education, marks, that was our priority. So right after SPM, it was our first experience to see the world outside. So we took a bus to KLCC, if I'm not mistaken, to KL Central. We dropped there, and we have never seen KL together actually. So what we did, we walked.
Because we don't know how to take the bus, go to
Yeah.
the KL Tower, KLCC then.
So we walked from there to Tamarama to Twin
Tower.
Tower, and then back to KLCC, and then back to. That was our first experience. So we really enjoyed our life with that. That was our first outside world experience after school. I think that was right after SPM, right? Yeah. So there was some happy moments that still it's fresh in our mind.
Wow, thank you. Thank you very much. I can actually imagine that. Without phones, without nothing, and it's just you and your friends and two legs just walking at adventure. I had the same experience when I was in China a few years back because it was China and I didn't know how to go. My friends just took me along and then we just walked. So that I definitely understand. Okay, next question. I think this is the most interesting one. Did you guys ever quarrel about boyfriend issues? Ooh, I can smell scandal all the way from here, and I think you guys can smell it as well.
Okay.
So,
I think I got married first, right? Yeah. So I got married at the age of 13. So then when
what? Come again?
13. So I got married at the age of 13. Then when I think I was kind of fed up with him, I divorced him. The moment I divorced him, she married him.
Wait, what?
She married him.
Literally waiting.
Yeah. She was just waiting for the time I would divorce him, and then she married him.
He was the best guy, good looking at that moment. What should I do? Grab him lah.
The moment I said to them, I'm divorcing him, she just said, I'm taking him, I'm getting married to him. I think you married someone else, right? You didn't take the same guy.
Yeah. I was very considerate then.
Yeah. So, just give you a moment to digest first. So we used to, back then, I can see my husband sweating. I think I better tell the truth. So back then, we used to date film stars. So the crowd was also relieved. So I used to date Jackie Shroff, and
It was Arvind Swamy.
Arvind Swamy, and then when I divorced Arvind Swamy, she married Arvind Swamy. So we never had boyfriend issues. It was film stars. Take a deep breath.
Okay. Oh my God.
Who was yours?
Oh, I like this one actor named Abbas Dan.
Okay.
It was then because his first movie came out and it was like a biggest hit then.
So what's your definition of marrying and divorcing with film stars in the first place?
For
It was
fun,
very
we were very
devastating,
free.
right?
We know them actually, but they don't know us. That was the best part. So we can talk, we can fantasize them, everything, but they wouldn't know it's
Oh,
us.
just want to add on. In fact, me and Marian even had a fight because of that. She was dating Jackie Shroff back then, and I literally went and ill spoke about him, and she really got so damn angry, and she like throwing tantrum. She was scolding me so badly, and we literally like didn't spoke for like 2-3 days. Yeah.
For a film star that doesn't even know your name. I think that's youth right there. But I'm not too sure that I've done something like this for myself. I'm pretty sure my friends did the same thing, because I think I've heard about stories like that. Okay. You sure there's nothing else that you would like to share? Any scandals?
We never had one.
We never actually had boyfriends back then. I mean, during our schooling times.
Okay, schooling days. Okay, calm down.
I think I heard something.
College days. Started at college.
Could you tell me something a little bit about college then?
Not me. It's your during. It's her.
story, her
She
story.
was the first to have boyfriend in our batch.
And we were like, wow, you got a boyfriend.
So yeah, I mean, there's no scandal. My boyfriend was just my boyfriend. They never took my boyfriend. So we never had that kind of scandal. So it was a very straightforward relationship. So, yeah, and I think like these girls were always with me. You know, I still remember the time where my boyfriend back then, which is my husband now, sent.
Oh!
I think it was 19 or something. A bunch of roses and chocolates in post laju, and you were in my room that time.
Yeah.
And when I received that gift, I brought that flowers to the room, and we both were holding that flower and jumping together. And yeah, that was all college days. Now there's no post laju, no flowers. That is back then. So now he buys fresh pot and put there. You water every day, you get flower. So that's now.
So did you receive any flowers or chocolates from him this Valentine's Day?
No flowers, no chocolates, but he gave gifts. But I think the moment he gave me a gift for Valentine, both my kids were crying because they didn't get any gift. So I told, next time you buy a gift and come hide and give me in the kitchen. Because by the time we comfort the two boys, and, so yeah,
I see.
they have great love stories as well.
Oh, you have to share.
No, mine was a proposed marriage. There was no love. I mean, proposed, love was after the marriage.
Wow. But that's good. Because I don't think all arranged marriage, would end that same way. So what about you?
Mine was love marriage, and it's nothing. It was a plain love story. That's it. Ordinary plain love story.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'll trust you guys on that. Okay. Next question. If you could describe each other in one sentence, how would you describe it?
I would describe her as Iron Woman. She's so tough. She's got 45 employees under her. She cooks every weekend for a household, and she does amazing things. I think what she does in a day, I do in a year. So that's why I call her Iron Woman. She's too good to be true.
Oh.
The sweetest thing you've ever seen. Yeah.
Okay. What about you guys?
For me, I would say Marian as Miss Positivity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's full of positive energies, and I hardly see any negative things coming out from her. She's even you go and it's whenever you are down, you can go and talk to her, and the way she lift up, she'll include God and families and all the good stuffs that immediately will lift you out from that current situation, no matter what situation is that. So I like her positive energy and stay the same always. Okay. And as for Kogi, she's my husband. She's supposed to be my husband if at all she born as a man. that much of closeness that we have, and my soulmate, I would say. She can just sense everything through my voice, and I don't have any other best way to describe her.
Wow.
Love you too.
Love you.
Okay.
Sorry, we get lovey-dovey once in a while.
Yeah, no, Marian is just in the middle, be like, okay, all right, you guys keep going.
This
keep
is
going,
what you
I'm
call
fine.
scandal.
Yeah, keep going, I'm fine. Don't mind about me. Okay, so what about you, Miss Kogi? What would you say about them?
I would say three of them, I'll describe them as my mummies. Each one of them has their best personality. As a mom, they really, what would a mom do for a kid? that's what three of them has done for me throughout my life, at, till this moment, till this age. So I can't separate them, single Marianne, Vasanthi and Soko. They have their own, they have their own way of taking care of me. Mm-hmm. She knows every single thing about my face expression, my voice, my movement, everything. She will just sense it. I don't know how. Just the same way we are. Like we say, it's a soulmate. Mm-hmm. As for her, she's my mom. She's my big mom.
Big mama.
Big mama. Sorry.
Big mama.
No, big mom.
This was all not in the script.
Okay. That's what
Thank you very
describe
much.
them.
Okay, and I think the last question is something that definitely I want to know, and all the audience here would like to know, is that what advice would you give to all of us about friendship and how to make it last through the years, like how you guys did?
I would say love each other. Love is what you need in your life. When you have love, you will feel happy. You can make others happy. The love that you're giving someone is like, you don't have to expect that if I love someone, they have to love me back. The God knows what you're doing. I believe in love. So if you love each other, I think your friendship, your relationship, even with your parents, siblings, no matter what relationship, it'll last forever. It'll definitely last forever.
All right, so basically what you're saying is give first. Give first, and it will return naturally. All right? Miss Marianne?
I think one thing that we had when we were growing up is we had a vision of each other. We had a vision of each other in our future. We always had that. And I think when we were young, we always say this word, we want to grow old together. And we said that when we were young, We like to picture ourselves in each other's future, in the future. Mm-hmm. So we always saw ourselves together in the future. Until today, we are together. Mm-hmm. So vision your friends in your future. How is it going to be? And I never can remember a time, right, where we were discouraging or negative to each other. Like if she wanted to try something new, she wanted to go, she wanted to take up swimming, she wanted to take up Chinese. So we try something new every time, right? And I cannot remember a time where we go like, hey, don't do that, stay safe, you might fail. We would always tell each other, go for it, try. If you fail, it's okay. At least you know you have tried. And I think we always encouraged each other like this, throughout our life journey.
Wow. I like the envisioning part.
Yeah.
Because to envision is to actually make a move first, then you make it into reality.
Yes. And now we envision each other, right, when the kids have all grown up and gone off the nest, gone to university or whatever, we envision each other traveling the world with grey hair together. So, yeah. No grey hair. You die and I don't dye my hair.
Stay brunette.
Wow.
And I'm not born with biological sister, so I don't have a sister in my life. But I've never felt a day, right, why I don't have a sister. God has given me 3 beautiful sisters. I think if you concentrate on what you have abundance.
Yeah. Right. Wow. Thank you very much for that. Okay. What about you, Ms. Pasang?
As for me, I would say that just be there for them. Just be there. Just be there. For the good, for the bad, for the worse, for everything. Sometimes you don't have to really be there in physical presence. That one phone calls, to show that actually you care about that person. You can really change a lot, because that one phone call probably they never receive from any other when they receive from you, right? You can change many things, many instances in that moment. So they have been there for me for all my good and bad, and I know they will be there for me until the end. So Just be there for them.
Wow. Just be there.
Yeah.
Even one phone call, one text message. Just because it's you, it makes a whole lot of difference.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. I don't know about you guys, but I'm giving them a big round of applause. Honestly. Thank you very much, ladies. Personally learned a lot from you guys. And I hope that my audience have learned a lot as well. So now let's invite Pastor Joe to wrap things up for us.
Give them another round of applause. It's just fantastic. What can I say? You know, I mean, you have so much of wisdom and reality. You've really taken the time to be real. And especially young people, a lot of you are younger and about the same age or whatever. But your session was very different from the first session we had this morning. And they were all guys. But you were brilliant. But you made them look like angels. With your stories, they were...
Pastor Joe, our WhatsApp title is called Angels.
Angels.
4 angels.
But I'll tell you what, the boys were so different from you. There were no hugging, holding hands, nothing like that. They just did no touch. But they were so different. But you see, that's what we need to learn in church, because it's all about building relationships. And relationships, you cannot buy relationships. It's priceless. And when you take your time to develop that relationship, you have to intentionally want to keep friendships like that. And we wish you that you will have many good friendships. And there will be times where you might meet up with people who are toxic. They are toxic in your relationships. They are poisonous. They will take you down. And because you're so, you're such a nice person and you don't know how to press the delete button on your Facebook to get that friend out. It's a brand new year. Unfortunately, most of us are friends from a distance, so nothing wrong with social media. I think it's fantastic. We are more bold to say a lot of things on our phones than to say it like this. But ultimately, I'm glad you started your friendship without phones initially. And that's how all of us grew up and having friends till today. Just want to leave with you a few thoughts and then I'll close. Thank you again, once again, for doing such a great job, for telling us what your life is like. I just want to share with you just a few thoughts how to build good friendship. You have to be intentional. You have to want to make it happen. And like I said, you have to choose certain people that if you don't want them to be in your life, you have to be man enough, woman enough to stop it, because they are toxic, they hurt you, they are drainable people. It'll kill you if you try to keep a friendship like that. Honestly, it'll kill you. It'll take away your youth, and leave you like full of regrets. So here are a few suggestions for you. Number one, be real. Be real. Don't fake your relationship with any of your friends. Be real. People are turned off by fake people, whether in church or in the world. They hate fakeness in a relationship. Be real. People should be comfortable being with you. You should be comfortable being with them. Be yourself. Be yourself. You're the best person that God has made for that person. You might think, well, I'm not as talented or pretty or wealthy as they are, but you are just the right person. And they were waiting for a friend like you. Just be you. Just be yourself, and people will feel really comfortable with you. Nobody thinks, you might think, that they think you're perfect. You can't bluff people for long. They all know we have faults, and they all know we have weaknesses. So sometimes they will watch you overcome your weaknesses and your faults, and they'll learn something from you. Hey, how did you get through that? And that's a fantastic thing. You know why? Because you were yourself. So be real. Don't try to be something else. Be real, you'll get real friends. Number two, be honest. Keep your promises. Let your yes be yes. And when you broke those promises, say, I'm sorry. It's easy to say, I'm sorry. Look, I'm really sorry. That's it. I know Elton John said sorry seems to be the hardest word, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. You need to learn to say, I'm sorry. It was my fault. I made a mistake. Please be patient with me. That's it. And move on in life. Don't sit there and cry about how sorry you are. But be honest. People love honest people. I know even the great king, Solomon, the wisest man in all the world, he says, faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy. For somebody to kiss you, they must get really close. So sometimes your friends might say some things that are honest to them, to you, because they care about you. You're doing something that's wrong. It's hurting your body. I remember talking to a young person like that. She said, she's my best friend. But years ago, she helped me because I was trying to lose weight. I was trying to be skinny and to be attractive like all the models that I see on the magazine. But I was absolutely destroying my body and my mind. And I started getting from bad to worse. My friend saw what was going on, and she told me the truth. So faithful are the wounds of a friend. Sometimes what you say is painful, but you love that person so much. All right, that doesn't mean go around wounding people. But the opposite is, but deceitful are the kisses of an enemy. Number 3, take an interest in the details of your friend's life. Be interested. All right? Don't sit down and watch television while they're talking to you, or you're always on your handphone. That's very rude. Just make sure the phone's put aside, and make sure that when you're talking to your friend, eyeball to eyeball them. It's important. What they are saying is hard for them to say it, but this is their time. You must respect their time just like you want people to respect your time. Number 4, make time for your friends. Someone once said that time is one of the greatest gifts we possess. Money you can lose, but you can make back money. Time, when it's gone, it's gone. It's finished. You had the opportunity. So I want to encourage you, if you're building a new relationship, starting off with friends, of course, don't be so demanding that you want them to yourself. Build that relationship. Be confident that if it is right, it will continue to go on. So no friendship can be developed overnight. A friend, a good friend, it takes time. I'm thankful that my life has been enriched so much. I have friends here in this country, and I have friends overseas, and we have a ball. But it takes time. It takes effort to build. How are you doing? You're so far away. We are all busy. We've all got our jobs and our ministries. For example, like myself, it's incredible to keep pace with these guys, but they are my friends. And sometimes it's hard for them to share what's going on because we are like miles away. Number 5, which is very important, learn to keep secrets. All right? Your friends have confidence enough to share with you their secrets. Don't call somebody else up on the phone and say, did you hear what happened to so-and-so? Christians do that. I just heard about so-and-so. Can we pray for her? That's not prayer, that's gossip. And that's not building a friendship or building a relationship. Don't do that. All right? Whether you've got mouth or no mouth, there's a time when there are certain secrets. I'm glad you all button up a few things. So are we willing to become friends like that? Solomon, again the wisest man, talk about friendship. He said, friends come and friends go. But a true friend sticks closer than a family member. So we thank God for family. And like they said, your husband, your spouse is of course your best friend, but like it or not, you're married. You got like no choice. We have to like each other, right? But there are friends that come into your life. And I'm glad you girls talk about your husbands being understanding. You want to hang out and girl talk and your time. Nothing wrong about all of that. It's pretty good. So I hope you have an extension because it is very wrong. And as a pastor, when I hear stories of how people say, especially as they are getting older, I feel so lonely. My children are all grown up. My grandchildren also don't come and see me. There's no excuse at all for you to be lonely. The church would be the nicest family you could hang out with. None of us judge you. None of us want to interfere in your life. We want to be your friends. So there's no excuse for people to be lonely in the world. And if you do see lonely people next door, people commit suicide. And it's not old people. They are young people who say, I feel so lonely. All the time I'm on my Facebook with my friends. That's it. I'm on Instagram. That's about it. I take photos of myself all the time. I got no friends. And that is absolutely wrong. So I encourage you, make friends. Be friendly with people. Number 6, encourage your friends. Every one of us need encouragement. We just need to say, what you're going through is shitty, but it's okay. I may not have been there. I don't want to pretend that I understand everything, but it's okay. I'll tell you what, life is like that. You will come out of that. You will come through. and I'll be standing with you. Encourage your friends. Pick them up when they are down. Don't let them stay depressed. Call them up. Send text messages. What a blessing social media really is. To me, it's a fantastic thing. Just a text or a voice message. But never allow your friends to stay depressed. Encourage them. Number 7, be loyal. This is a word that is not very favorable in our world today. They don't know what loyalty is. You know, they move from company after company, and that's fine when it comes to work. But you don't move from friendship to relationship to another. Be loyal. Learn to say, when you say those words, you can take my word for it. I'll back you up. So being loyal is such a powerful thing. Laugh with them when they are happy. Cry with them when they are down. Don't just talk about what you want to do for them. Do it. And be loyal as a friend. That's one of the wonderful things I enjoy in my friendships. Because I tell you, I got no time to tolerate disloyal friends. If a friend is disloyal, I'll just say, okay, this isn't working out. I have no problem. Listen, you've got to be strong enough. Of course, I'm 64 now, so I've had friendships in my life. I have no problem in saying goodbye to a friend who is disloyal, backstabbing, criticizing. No time. I'm not going to waste my time and grow old, bitter, and angry because so-and-so was disloyal. I'll just say goodbye. That's okay. There are many. Look, how many million people are there in the world? 7 billion, not million. 7 billion. 3 people don't like you, it's okay, you can still live. All right, there are billions of people who are waiting for your friendship. All right, but don't be so codependent on your friend that if they let you, remember, they're only human. All right, they can only go so far. They've got other responsibilities, just like you have other responsibilities. Number 8, be willing to work through conflicts. I'm glad you brought that up, that you work through some of these conflicts. And there will always be speed bumps in any relationship. You'll get a jerk. What happened? Why did she treat me so or he treat me so? Don't give up on your friend because they are having difficulties. These are not toxic people I'm talking about. These are your friends. So when they're going through difficulties, number 9, watch out for your friend. If she or he is your friend, and you know they are in a relationship that is going nowhere, or they're getting into some addictions and health problems, and they are getting bound by some things, and you know, and as a friend, you speak up and say, you know, what you're doing, what your late nights and hanging out here and there, it's going to kill you. I love you. But why are you my mother? You're not my mother, you know. You're not my father, you know. I got my own father. They also don't talk to me like that, you know. Yeah, but I'm your friend. I'm in your face kind of a friend. Now, how many of you want to build strong friendship and good friendships like that? If some of your things that you're posting is offensive and it's wrong and it gives other people a bad vibe about you, you need to say, hey, you need to delete some of these things. It's just not right. It's just not you. You're a great person. And I love you enough to tell you the truth, okay? So if you see anything wrong in my life, please tell me the truth so that I can become a better person. And number 10, we call this best friends forever. And the reality is no friend can last forever. We are all human. We all will have our journeys ended up one day somewhere. Hopefully you'll all live forever and live well and your friendship will go. But you will one day stand by the graveside of your friend and they're gone. It's finished. No friend can last forever. But there is one person who stands above all our friends. He loves you and he gave his life for you. He said no man will lay down his life even for his best friend. But I will call you my friend. I don't even call you a servant. I will call you my friend. I hid nothing from you. I gave my all for you because I value you like no one else can value. He said, I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. He said, I'm strong enough, rich enough, powerful enough. And I died, but I rose from the dead. So I am your friend forever. And I will never scold you and scowl at you and what a stupid person you are. You made me say, I never will talk to you like that. Even our parents cannot promise us that they will not talk like that. I've got grandsons, sometimes when they mess up, and I get really angry, that was stupid. But this friend will never, ever, ever say such words. And he says, I'm the Alpha and the Omega. I'm the first, I'm the last. I'm the A, I'm the Z. You can count on me. I will be your best friend. And this friend is always, this is his stance, right? His stance is, I'm always reaching out to shake your hand. I want to be your friend. I'm not far away. I will never leave you. I'll not go to another country. I can never die. I will never be tired or hungry. You cannot fulfill my needs. I can fulfill and supply all your needs. And this friend is Jesus Christ. He said, I will be your friend. A long time ago, a song was written. It became a hymn. And the song was called, What a Friend We Have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to Him in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to Him in prayer. It was written by a man who was engaged to marry this girl, and she was on the main ship, and they're taking a smaller boat to come towards the shore. And something happened that went wrong. That little boat sank, and he watched his girlfriend drown. He was devastated. He didn't know Jesus Christ at that time, so he went into a lifestyle of just hating people, angry with God, angry with people, until one day in his drunken state, he felt the presence of Jesus Christ. Touched him on his shoulder. I will be your friend. I can heal you. He was dying. His heart was broken. He was dying. I will heal your heart. And out of that horrible experience, he wrote this great hymn that is sung throughout the world. What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs He bore. So you can take it that He will never leave you, never forsake you. I wish you all the best, that you will have great friendships like this lady. One more time, let's give these ladies thank you. Thank you, Lauren, for being such a great host. Thank you. Now we want you all probably to stand as we end right now with one song that they are going to be playing and singing. Thank you, ladies. You may make your way down. Thank you very much.